Hello, my name is Kyle.
I'm Alex.
This is Tony.
And we are Pseudo Adults. Hello, and welcome to episode 192 of the Pseudo Adults podcast. This is a show. Anywhere that you find podcasts, you could watch it on youtube.com/SpaceandBoney. If you give at least $1 a month and you are a member. You can follow me on X.
Whoa.
That's Pseudo Adults.
Check out all the fun content we have on Space Zamboni if you haven't already. We got fun animations, we got fun podcasts, and go there because the conversation never ends.
We got soundboards for days.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really do.
And if you're a pop culture fan who wants to level up in life, check out Inner Warrior. And if you're trying to get into an IT career, check out Inner Tech Warrior.
Speaking of level up and the visual medium, Tony, why you outdoing me with your bigger bottle?
Whoa.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to pay $1 a month to watch this.
To watch the bottles?
To watch the bottles. And just look at their comparisons.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, you paid $1 a month, you got to get something out of it, right?
This is completely a metaphor for our manhood.
Compensation
That's
over
thick.
anything. What do you got in there? You got water?
I do.
Haha, so there, it's just more of a hydration thing, whereas you're getting that little coffee in there.
Yeah, mine's got laced with lots of things.
Oh.
Oh!
You name it. it's in there.
Uranium?
Oh, yeah, it's in there.
Plutonium?
Whoa.
Oh,
Well, sure,
boy.
I don't want to leave out Pluto.
Don't shake that up.
Neptunium?
Mhm.
You mean like this?
Uranus?
Neum?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know how they have those water bottles now that it's the scent flavor, so you don't actually taste anything different? You
It's got
smell.
that, like, cock ring on it that you
Yes.
slurp through. Yeah.
Now, what if they have one that becomes like a cocaine mist?
I'm already
Oh.
lost, honestly.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
really quick explanation. They have this water. It's just regular-ass water, but it comes in a bottle that has a scent pod. So it has, like, watermelon scent or something else. So when you taste the water, it gives you the sensation of, like, watermelon or orange or
Okay.
grape. So I said they should be one with cocaine that just shoots a cocaine mist into your face. And then you drink the water, because you probably should drink water after cocaine. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Probably.
I mean, sure. I mean, sounds like it's good for you.
Maybe do a nice, like, neti pot to get all of that cocaine dust out. Otherwise, you'll blow your septum out.
I don't know if you should you do a neti pot after cocaine? Probably
Yes.
not, right?
Definitely do it. That's what you got.
Like coke is just shooting out the other side of your nose.
And make sure not to use tap water. Otherwise, you'll get brain-eating amoeba.
that's true.
Yeah.
Or you got to boil it.
Boiling water
Well,
in
then
your
you let
nose
it
after
cool
cocaine.
down. Yeah, don't boil it and then immediately shove it in your nose. You got to let it cool down. You boil it
Just
and you
not
let
even
it
use
cool
an neti pot,
down.
just use a tea kettle.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
so afraid of what ChatGPT will say if I ask it that question, if you should do a neti pot after cocaine.
I think it's the right choice.
Does your ChatGPT respond to stuff like that? Mine would be like, this is not an appropriate means of conversation.
I'm not allowed
Yeah.
to talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to have to say it's for a medical thing, for medical purposes,
question.
for medical research.
It's a medical emergency.
No, because then it'll be like, call 911 and stop talking to ChatGPT.
That's
We
true,
have
yeah.
called 911.
Say your phone's broken.
Yeah. My phone is broken.
Yeah. Duh. I mean, people doing cocaine should be obviously worried about health risks.
Yeah.
Because that's why they're doing the cocaine. They're so worried about their health.
Exactly, yep.
Make sure to do a well-balanced diet and do a neti pot.
Otherwise, what's new?
Cocaine.
All right.
All right.
We have a lot of fun subjects and things to talk about this episode. I mean, there's some things that we watched, but for me personally, it's like I feel like I started a lot of things since we last recorded. So it's just kind of like if I talk about something, I feel like we like bookending. We like saying our first impressions of things, and then when we finish like a series, then we're just like, whoa, this is my final thoughts.
Yeah.
So I guess I have a lot of the first one.
Okay.
Although there are some exceptions. Just to get started, I watched Merry Little Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I watched that too.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause it's confusing. DC properties are all over the place
Yep.
now. It's like that one was on Prime, I believe.
Yeah. I was looking for it. I was like, is it on Max? No. Is it on Netflix? No. Oh, it's on Prime? Okay.
Yeah, that's a little random.
But like the whole DCEU is on Netflix right now, at least. Yeah. So what do you think?
I thought it was fun. It was a fun ride. Yeah.
I thought it was very cute. I feel like it's very like a father-son type of thing to watch.
Yep.
I really, other than like you guys casually mentioning like what's his name, Damian Wayne, I was just like, oh, Damian Wayne's cute. I don't know. I guess maybe it's a reimagining because
he's nothing like that in the comics. Yeah.
I like to imagine he's exactly like that. Like,
you'll be sorely disappointed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was like I almost. You can imagine like how it could have started as a TV series, but then at some point they're like, just shove it all into a movie because it seemed like it was very episodic, like different components. There was like the Home Alone part, and whether the parts that were in it, it was super cute. It was entertaining. I tried looking up the people that worked on it. Are you aware of like what they did? It seemed like the person who directed it's done like a lot of regular show.
Oh, okay.
I think visually that makes sense. Yeah. And then writing wise, someone who wrote a lot for Teen Titans Go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So it was like a lot of Cartoon Network in that. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I really liked Luke Wilson as Batman.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Not doing any like dark voice. He was just like, "Oh, Damien, what are we gonna do about you? My little angel's in trouble."
Oh my god.
Yep. Alex, you watched it too, right?
Yeah, AJ won. And AJ got scared of the Joker.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm like, it's okay. Batman's going to beat him up. And he was like, he's going to beat him up. I'm like, Batman's going to beat the shit out of him.
Or it's not Christmas.
And they played a lot on that old, like, Jingle Bell, Batman Smells, Robin laid an egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Robin finally lay the egg?
No Robin at all. Just Damien. The most acceptable version of Damien that's ever existed.
Yeah, exactly.
What would have made him more like actual comic book accurate Damien?
If he cut off some guy's head and spit on Batman's corpse.
Yep,
Oh,
pretty much.
Hate you, Dad.
Yep, 100%.
Nice.
Yeah, literally, though.
Yeah.
Sounds like he had some bad parenting.
Yeah, I mean, he lived with Talia. Like, Talia's his mom.
This one grew up with the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, it's complicated. So it shows this is like the what if of Batman.
Pretty much.
Whoa.
If he grew up with Batman, and I mean, obviously he made peace in Gotham and all that. So it's like very.
So we were watching that part, and Rachel's like, "So you tell me Batman could have done this the whole time?" Because he's like, "Oh, I worked extra hard and made it safe for everybody." You waited that long to do that?
Well, he had a kid, yes. He had to cut back his hours. So
Some people childproof their house. He childproofed Gotham.
It makes sense.
But isn't that what you aspire to do if you're a superhero? You have to be like, yes, there's no more crime, I did it.
Right, yeah, but then why wait that long to do that?
Tony, this was a kid's movie.
I know, but Rachel brought it up first. Rachel's like, wait a second. And then I'm like, oh, now you're making me think about it. You're right. It doesn't make any sense.
That was called a joke in the movie.
Oh my god.
I laughed at it when him in the van, like making the place like an orphanage or whatever it was.
Yeah,
it was funny.
So in summary, I think it's a fun watch. Obviously, it's probably more like when you're festive in the holiday season, watching the Santa Clauses and stuff like that. Have you watched more of that?
Yeah, we did.
We're up to episode 5.
I think I'm up to the same thing, and I think we kind of like compared and contrasted. I think I'm basically one more episode to watch.
Yeah, one more episode.
So close.
I know. You can taste the clauses.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're gonna meet, and because I don't think they've even done that yet.
Where the sun is now a nutcracker or something. What is he?
Oh, his son. I thought you meant the sun in the sky is a nutcracker.
I was like, what?
I'm like, oh, maybe you saw more than me.
That's the next episode.
Yeah, he uses Santa magic because he's like, oh yes, I got this vest on that's the Santa in training. I needed just a little bit of Santa magic, but he had more Santa magic than I could have ever expected, and I'm weak now or something.
Oh.
Yeah, the bad Santa.
There's a bad Santa.
Yeah.
Well, it's called the Santa Clauses, so they're stuck now that as long as they're making the show, there always needs to be a second Santa Claus.
Oh.
But I guess they're working on making his son the second Santa.
Yeah.
Although he might choose that. Screw that. That's my dad's job. I don't want to follow my dad's footsteps.
Yeah,
Tim Allen needs a million other holiday.
Tim Allen really just doesn't want to be in the makeup.
That was funny when you said that, and like I only got around to it in this last episode. Like now I get it.
Yeah.
But then he
the end
was
of like
right
episode
back.
4, and then all of episode 5. Well, of course they're gonna bring it back.
He was right back into the
but they
makeup.
probably filmed that at the beginning.
Yeah, didn't they already bring it back though? Because he had like the scene. Oh, did we?
It was like in the middle of that scene. I was like,
The
wait,
magic
he got his
starting
magic again?
to return or something. Because it's confusing because it was his own idea, but then somehow the evil Santa made him lose his magic temporarily.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't tell which is like his doing and which is the evil Santa's doing.
Yeah. Because so just for context, Tony, he had to become the Easter Bunny. So,
Yeah. Yep.
So at least not an
thing.
understanding.
yeah, I need a nod of understanding, or else I can't move on. All right, cool.
So it was a Nightmare Before Christmas little thing because the Easter Bunny is now an actual bunny. So
Oh, we talked about that last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan's the Easter Bunny. There's a lot of
I remember you talking
coincidences,
about
it seems. For plot writing convenience. He got turned into an actual bunny. Tim Allen as Santa came up, or someone helped him make a contraption to help him not be Fat Santa anymore, but he also got zapped with something that made him lose his Santa magic.
Correct.
Oh.
So yeah, to be the Easter Bunny, they're like, you can't be looking like Santa doing Easter Bunny work, you fat fuck. You need to be a normal Tim Allen. And he went,
you got to become a furry.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I could do that.
and also Easter Bunny has a cloak of invisibility.
That the Easter Bunny does.
Yeah, they had to do Easter in the show. It was cool.
So not only did he have to not be in Fat Santa makeup, he didn't have to be on set.
Which is crazy. It's like, what's the point of making him Thin Santa if they have the cloak of invincibility?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. Like, so you're saying he goes around invisible?
Yeah.
So he could have been Fat Santa.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Which, the
See
more
how I nod?
the more you think about it, the less sense it makes.
Yeah. But if you have magic, you could see him.
Yep, that is true. So, yeah, the magical people.
Who is he hiding from then? Just the kids?
Magicians?
Alakazam! Stray magicians. That's great.
Interesting.
I wish that was in the show. That would have been so much funnier. You go to like the kids doing magic and like a little magic tricks in a hat, and they're like, "I see you," and he like blows the kid up.
We have an Elfcon 1.
So yeah, but now after that, like Kyle said, he got zapped by evil Santa, so it doesn't matter. So he lost the full magic. There's a scene where he's getting the magic back, where someone's telling a story over the course of him getting his magic back, and you see like. First, regular Tim Allen, then they cut back from the flashback, and he's got, like, just the mustache and eyebrows, and it's really gross.
Oh, man.
And then they cut back, and he's Fat Santa. He's almost Fat Santa again.
It's pretty quick for somebody that lost their magic.
Yeah, one flashback.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And they didn't know that the Italian lady is like another mystical being.
I thought they do.
It was like
she's like a witch.
It was like a plot point, like she's one of the immortals or whatever
La
they call them.
Befana.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one knew that.
Oh, like a
Is
real
Robert-
life magical person, like
I
in lore.
guess.
Oh, I thought she was just somebody. I was like,
No,
I've never
she's a
really
witch.
heard
Yeah, I
of
know.
La Befana.
Hey, that's a thing, I think.
But
Yeah,
have we ever grew up with it? Have you ever heard the Christmas story of La Befana?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have now too. Yeah. I'm going to put my witch's broom on top of the mantle next year.
Whatever. Her day's in January, right?
Is it, I guess? Yeah. I'll put it on tonight. That way I could ride around during New Year's Eve and the New
I'm
Year.
trying to remember her name. I
Isn't
can't
it
remember
called
her
Little Christmas, right? That's her holiday.
name. Or is it like Italian Christmas?
Yeah.
Don't mind me. Just thinking about the porn parody.
Little Christmas or
Little
Little Penis?
Clipness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we need a little Christmas right this very evening.
How did your chat GPT thing go?
Oh, it said, I really don't know if you should be doing a neti pot after doing cocaine.
Oh, it doesn't
because the
know.
irritation it causes to your nose.
Well, looks like somebody's got a little sciencing to do.
To the lab.
I don't feel like it's bad. If anything's clearing the cocaine powder out of your nose because it's in one nostril out the other.
This is not medical advice. Can you at least say this is not medical advice?
This is not medical advice.
There you go.
So you cannot blame us if
Yeah.
you do the neti pot and cocaine at the same time.
On you.
Yeah.
At the same time?
Well, but you do. Well, technically,
Whoa.
it's like you do the cocaine
In and out?
and you're not giving it time to settle into you, like sugarcoat your nostrils, and then you just washing that powdered sugar right out.
I'll never want to do cocaine less.
Mm-hmm. You heard it here first, folks.
All right. Another show that we all checked out, which I think is an appropriate continuation for this, is Pokemon Concierge.
Ah, yes. The person with the big baps.
She had massive baps.
She had the
She didn't even
bazongas.
have a body.
No.
It was just that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all bazongies.
Pokemon baps.
I would like it if they were both Jigglypuffs in there, or like molted onto her skin, and they're like,
That's the season finale.
Bulbasaur.
Dan's
Whoa.
favorite character. Dan loves Pokemon now.
That's why I was like, I forgot to tell him that on Friday. I was like, when I see him, I got to tell him I got a show he's gonna love. And
It was
then
your
I
immediate
completely
reaction
forgot.
when we saw you. You're like,
Whoa!
you're like Dan's favorite character.
She literally had no torso. Anyway, the show?
Mm-hmm.
She literally had no torso.
I was surprised by
Just
the
like Diglett.
pan
Yeah.
monkeys, Sage Seer, and Poor. How mischievous they were, and they almost broke her neck in the first episode.
Yeah, she
They
fell
threw
off
her
a
in the
shallow
water.
bridge and broke her neck in water
Oh, yeah.
doing
Yeah,
yoga
no,
poses. And like that does not make you feel zen at all.
No. And then Chester Curl was there, and he's like, wow, you broke your neck. That was so cool.
Yeah, you should like get married.
Okay, I guess. Oh my God! All the eyes on me. All right. I thought it was. I guess a fun ride. Nothing really happens in any episode. It's
Besides
just
fun, which is what the only job there is to
guess.
do on that island.
Yeah, I guess so. Rachel really liked it too. She was the one that kind of pushed for us to watch it. She was like, "Oh, it's like." She liked the
The
she's
animation?
like, oh yeah, she's like, oh, everything it looks like it's felt, like I want to just touch everything. And she's like, it's a comfort show, she said. She said like people who watch people who play like Animal Crossing, stuff like that, it's perfect for them, she was saying.
It made me think of The Shivering Truth a little bit, just not with the loud noises, but the animation style.
Yes, I was weirded out by it because I kept saying, where's the Robot Chicken style jokes? I kept seeing the Robot Chicken style animation.
But
I'm
what
like,
about her face going,
Yeah.
like that's not hilarious enough?
No, I literally wanted like Rattata to shit across the desk.
Well, that would be awesome.
'Cause I'm like, this is the style that I'm used to for parodies and stuff.
And Panseer, Pansage, and Panpour, when they're monkeying around in front of her and making her laugh in front of her boss during the interview, which earns her little ascot or whatever, didn't that make you lol, too?
Is that what happened?
Yeah. And then she's like, yes, you found the real meaning of the concierge.
happy place.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
found your laughing place.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, and it somehow resolved all of her issues.
Yeah, and she was writing that thesis paper in regards to why she deserves this job. And all she had to do was laugh in front of a woman's face. And she's like, you found the true spirit.
Is that the one where she's like, now I get it. These Pokemon's problems are having fun and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like I should be enjoying it.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
And how she didn't know what her job was
Yeah.
until she got to the
what
island.
was that?
They're like, there's no job at all.
Yeah.
All you got to do is have fun. And two, stay out of the woods.
Yeah.
It's like, what's in the woods?
Your job is to be sexy sex trafficked here.
Your first job is to give me your social security number. That's the real meaning of the concierge.
Welcome to Epstein Island.
Oh my God.
Netflix.
Started by Dick Wolf. Whatever.
Wolf dick.
Ooh. Oh.
Order-in-law.
I really like Psyduck in this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psyduck's a
Very useful.
Yeah,
For the first time.
I was like, that's me. And this version of Psyduck was the first time.
Oh, my fucking god.
Yeah, literally. The first time I was like, this is the only version of Psyduck that I'm really like, and besides the movie, Detective Pikachu, I like that Psyduck too. But this one, I was like, I really like this Psyduck. I relate to it hardcore.
When we saw Psyduck, it prompted me as asking, like, do you have a favorite Pokemon? Because I feel like Psyduck actually is really up there. It's really hard to pick one, but I was just like, you could tell the thought that was put into them is not equal. Like, they thought, like, oh, he has a headache all the time, and, like, the worse it gets, and the, like, crazy his psychic abilities are and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Is there, like, this is my favorite, or like just a couple honorable mentions?
In terms of what?
A favorite
Pokemon.
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 I really like Mewtwo because of his intelligence and that he's like able to talk to people.
That is the cool one.
Kind of broken through like dimensions.
The ChatGPT of Pokemon.
Yeah. Pretty much.
They owe him money. Yeah.
I was always a fan of Scyther and Charizard. I really like Scyther.
Scyther is cool.
Yeah. I don't know why I was just fucking sick. He's got blades for hands.
Yeah. How does he like eat or do anything?
He's really good at cooking.
He eats a lot of grass.
Yeah, he does.
He like scoops it up with both hands. He does the what was that movie? Edward Penis Hands.
Yeah.
Does that method like the spaghetti scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you're partial to the bugs, right?
Oh yeah, and the plants. I love the plants.
Oh yeah.
Plants and the bugs. Bellsprout. Bellsprout's cool. Vileplume, bruh.
Pokemon X and Y, I made really good friends with a Beedrill.
Ooh.
And enough that it was one of the few Pokemon that I'm like, I need this to come with me across all the games. He became my best friend.
Wow.
Beedrill's sick too. He's got those stingers for the hands.
Yeah, and he had the Mega Evolution in that game too. And he helped me through. Like, I beat all the gyms with that boy.
Wow.
Damn.
Did you name him?
I think Beedrill.
Whoa.
Were you a nicknamer?
Yeah.
I think I nicknamed some of them. I don't remember what I
that's
nicknamed
probably
them.
Scyther.
I think I started doing it, and then I quickly got confused, and I stopped doing it. Yeah.
I think it helped me because like when you nickname them, you're like, okay, this is my main of this type of Pokemon. So if I get other ones, then I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep leveling up this one.
I named my Charmander Bernie, and I named my Sandslash Sander.
Oh,
I had Bernie Sanders.
Wow, you're
Just
pretty
kidding,
good.
I
You're
didn't.
very ahead of your time. I mean,
I was always political as a young boy. Very heavily into it.
Yeah.
we're going to be like Scyther and cut.
Yeah.
We're going to tax and cut them.
We're gonna cut
into tiny
everything.
pieces. We're going to murder them.
I was memeing Pokemon names for a little bit. So I had a whole bunch of Scythers and one named Psyduck. And then in Pokemon Go, I named all of them Scyther. And then I forgot what happened. I was supposed to do something with the game. I was like, oh my god, I can't find anything. They're all Scyther. Fuck. And when I played the latest one, whichever, Sword and Shield. No, my god, that's not even the latest one, Scarlet and Violet.
Oh.
But when I played Sword and Shield, I named all of them just by my observations of them. So it'd be like...
Poo butt.
Yeah, like cake. Yeah, poo ass was the big bunny with the chocolate butt.
Oh.
It was like shit ass.
Wow. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. So I named all of them like whatever I observed. Like dumb Pikachu for the ones that look like a Pikachu but just a little. Like that's not Pikachu. So yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. All right. So the show's fine. Yeah, it's very chill. It's like it's a good show for, like, I feel like you do have to watch it with intent though to like appreciate, like you were saying, the graphics. It was interesting. Like I was like, these days I'm never sure. I'm like, is this just CGI that looks like this? I watched the credits at the end, and I'm sure there is plenty of that, but there were like a bunch of puppeteering credits.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So it was interesting to see
You could puppeteer 3D item. You could be a puppeteer of a 3D
Yeah,
item.
Is that how they would get credited? As
Could be.
Fuck. Now I still don't know. I was like, at least I got to that conclusion. Now I could sleep.
No, I think it's mostly actual that, and then a lot of like certain characters and stuff like that are CGI, because especially that with the Metacross, the big.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's a big gross CGI monster in this. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, that was a big exception. It's like my favorite Pokemon now, Grogu. You never know when that's a puppet and CGI.
True.
Okay. Okay. So let's see. What's in a similar vein as that? Tony.
Yes.
Did you watch Tony?
Yeah.
You guys were just doing it now, when you guys are all just staring at me.
I like to think of you as the Pokemon concierge of real life.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
We like to look at you, look at your elbows,
Oh, yeah, that's my elbows.
and you're like, are they real or are they CGI?
You'll never know.
No. You watched the movie Leo, which is a movie that
Oh my god.
I've seen about half of. Not sure why I'm watching it. Yeah, it's a musical. It's got Adam Sandler doing a ridiculous voice. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. So Rachel really liked it. She thought it was funny. Yeah. I had a hard time just first, as soon as that voice of Adam Sandler popped up, I'm like, I can't do this movie, Rachel.
Oh my god!
And she's like, no, come on, let's just power through it. And it's, I don't know, like, I have a really hard time with this movie.
Why preface with Rachel liked it if you're gonna just say it sucked ass?
Well, no, other people might like it. Other people might like it.
Okay.
Like, so
It's written by Robert Smigel. He's the guy that is
Whoa,
like
Smeagol.
Smigel. He's the guy that like you're
Loves the ring.
yeah.
yeah.
My precious.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. He's got no skin.
Now we know who you're talking about.
Okay. We can move on then. You're like finishing my sentence.
but
This movie was as precious, I heard.
yeah, apparently. But like they're I don't know. So Rachel liked like the kindergartners or whatever, like the way they
That was funny.
yeah like they ran around and stuff like that. There was other certain moments that she was like, oh, that's really funny, and I was kind of just struggling through it. But people have different tastes, so I can't.
Did Rachel
really say.
like Hubie Halloween?
Oh
No,
Oh, I thought Hubie Halloween was fine. It's bad, but
it's real.
It's
bad.
really bad.
It's really bad.
it's bad. It's something about it. It
really
hit the
bad.
right place.
'Cause
in my
it's
brain. Yeah.
yeah.
So she didn't like Hubie Halloween. She did like Leo.
Yeah, she liked it. She said it wasn't like the funniest movie,
Okay.
but she said like I got a few chuckles in there. I'm like, okay, but
It reminded me a little bit of Big Mouth if it were for targeting a younger and less funny audience.
yeah.
It's like he was, for whatever reason, the hormone monster.
Oh.
Did they explain why he could talk to kids? Spoilers.
No,
Oh.
He just can.
What?
he just can, and so can the turtle.
Oh,
Well, the turtle's Bill Burr.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh.
he could talk to kids.
Yeah. Talk to kids as much as he wants.
but yeah, there's a point in the movie, spoiler alert, where he does talk to the kids and the kids can hear him, and it was a very strange moment for me because I'm like, wait, weren't they talking the whole classroom? They were talking to each other, and now all of a sudden they can hear the animals talk. I don't understand this at all.
Oh my god.
Well, they were talking amongst themselves quietly.
That was quiet. Like to me, that was pretty loud.
Well, he's still doing the same Adam Sandler voice.
Yeah, to me, I'm like, that's a
For decades, right? Because they're like 100 years old.
yeah.
Yeah, they were talking quietly for like a century.
Apparently,
Now
and
they
then all of a
decide to
sudden-
speak up.
Yeah, I don't know. It was very very strange.
Would the movie have been better if Adam Sandler did like normal voice?
It would have improved like my enjoyment of it definitely because I'm like dude, why are you doing that stupid ass voice?
I listened to a podcast where they actually explained like it doesn't make any excuses for it. It just was like there's someone that they all mutually worked with like in the early days of their career, and he was imitating that person. It was like fine.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Still not enjoyable to hear all the time.
That's a lore that not everyone will get.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was his best friend in college. I get that joke.
Yeah, you're doing inside baseball in a CGI movie for kids.
Yeah. Does that mean the movie needs to be more interesting for him to record the lines? It's like, it's like I have no interest, but if I do this wacky voice from this guy I know, then it'll be really entertaining for me. Maybe I'll even do a like a interview for it.
Yeah. I also felt like it didn't need any songs.
That was my next question. I was like, Tony, I'm talking about the music.
Yeah. No, I feel like it almost seems like they just kind of threw it in there just to have songs.
From what I saw, I agree.
Yeah.
Did Lin-Manuel make any of the songs?
No, then they would be memorable.
Shit. The scuttlebutt.
Everyone would be
Say
singing
what you will about that one. But
It's memorable.
Yeah, I remember.
I can't remember any of the tunes so far. And I heard that the guy who wrote it, Smeagol, basically just like threw some stuff. He's like not even a songwriter. He just threw some stuff into GarageBand basically and handed it off to someone else.
That's
I
wild.
can see that. I can see it. Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of the songs I'm like, it's literally, it just feels like it's them talking in a singing voice.
Oh my god, I need
And
to
I'm
hear
like,
this.
where's the actual, is this supposed to be? I was so confused. I was just so confused with this thing.
I've never been so hyped to watch a movie.
We're going to love this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the
This
pattern.
is the most hype I've ever been to watch something.
I got to downplay it in my brain.
No, I'm going to upplay it.
Uh-oh.
I want to poop on it as much as possible while watching it.
Man.
This is going to be so
the movie
good.
did make me chuckle a few times from what I saw. It's just I've been watching it like while doing something, and I'm watching it piecemeal style. So I'm not hating it. I think it's fine. I give it a solid C.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, understandable. I like the drone.
That's like a 7 out. No, is a C a 7 out of 10? How do you rate things out of 10?
I would say it because then a B would be like an 8
Yeah.
out of 10.
So 6 out of 10 means in your eyes it's a failed movie.
No. I mean, didn't one of our presidents float on a sea through college? So C's A-okay.
All right.
Oh man, I just lost my. I like the drone in the movie. Did you get up to the drone?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's like a drone character.
And it sings?
It's a drone. Oh, it
It's
does.
alive?
It does sing in the beginning.
Wow.
You don't remember that?
Oh.
He's like, take me off of this group chat.
Oh, my God.
A drone?
What
Yeah.
the hell?
An anthropomorphized
I
drone?
was
Yeah.
surprised that the drone is
All right,
cognizant
so it
by
has-
SAI.
I'm not rewatching, but I guess I should be paying more attention going forwards.
Huh.
Huh.
You got to start from the beginning.
Oh.
Have to. It's a rule.
Like, this movie's actually amazing.
Them's the rules. Oh my god.
drone.
That's going to be my experience with this
You
movie.
watch it enough, you have Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, I bet kids are going to grow up loving this movie.
Yeah.
I remember
no, it's-
that was my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
That might have
be
been
the
their first.
first.
Yeah.
And their last.
No.
Thing I-
Until Billy Madison or some
Yeah.
that plays 20 times on the Man channel.
Yeah. But I don't know. Some people probably will like it more than I did. I'll say that much. Like Rachel liked it more than I did.
Yeah. It's okay.
Everyone's allowed to have their opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's made, so like it or not, it's out
there,
there.
yeah.
So if you can find some enjoyment out of it, then wonderful.
Yeah.
That's what they were probably hoping for.
Yep.
They already have your money.
Yeah.
Actually, the natural progression of conversation, I wasn't sure when to get to this, but now that they have your money,
Right.
Netflix that is, I finally watched the first episode of the Squid Games, the reality series, and I see what they're doing with your money, and it's fucked up.
Damn.
Interesting.
What?
Just because you watch like Love is no, that's not a money show. The Circle,
Yes.
is a money show, and
Yes.
probably some of the other ones. But it's like they win a good cash prize, but it's like modest. It's like for the amount of time that you're committing to a thing, if it's like considered like a summer job or something like that. Like, yeah, that's a really well-paying summer job, I'd have to say. Like, it's totally worth being imprisoned and like whatever they make you do. But it was always like, whatever. This one is like supposed to be like $4-point-something million.
Oh my
That's
god!
Like, we think of Netflix boosting their prices until like, oh, they got some balls to make this show.
my God.
Wow.
I feel like they could have done the same thing for a quarter of the amount, but I guess it doesn't sound like the Squid Games if it's not a large amount of money.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
And I watched the first episode so far, and I get it. It kind of fills scratches the itch of like no Squid Games for a while. You didn't watch the Squid Games, right?
Oh, that show's good.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a Korean show. You can decide if you want to watch it subbed or dubbed, and it's I mean everyone's seen all these like new takes on like how the world and reality shows and stuff like that could go in a dark way, and it was I mean obviously what was it 2020 show? It like took the world by storm at one point, so everyone was like, "Whoa!"
During the quarantine.
And it's very memorable characters in it. So there's this guy in episode 1 of the Squid Games. He's number 432, and he's like, he was like, I feel like I was chosen to win because 432, I'm the one.
Oh my
like,
God!
Holy shit!
Damn.
Bow down to this show.
That's smooth.
Yeah. And there's like a mother and a son that are doing the competition together, and I don't know that. So they cram a decent amount into the first episode, and that like the in-betweeny stuff, while it seems pointless, at least lets you maybe get to know characters that may not be sticking around past the next challenge. So it's like get to know the people, know the players. It gets through the whole red light, green light challenge, and you know what they do when they eliminate people?
Shoot them?
Yeah, they fucking murder them. Wow. Is it okay to spoil a little bit? They all have some sort of like ink like thing in there, and the people who are judging it, which they mask it all as like the actual guys in the red suits with the fencing helmets, like the real show. They hit a button and it explodes, and it looks like it doesn't look like blood, but it just implies that they got shot. And then some of them decided how much they wanted to play along when that happened.
Oh my God! Damn.
Some of them decided to and other ones are just like, oh damn. And they don't do anything, so it's really funny.
That's funny.
They're on the spot, they have to figure out what to do when they got eliminated.
If it was our dad, he'd explode.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Before he got eliminated.
I brought my own bomb.
Yeah.
What do you mean he would explode?
Yeah.
Don't hit that button. Don't hit that button.
He would jump across the room?
He exaggerates
he
his
would.
falls.
So damn.
So that's where you got that from.
Yeah, so he when he tripped, there was one time he was walking, I think it was Ace at the time, right?
Yeah.
He was walking Ace, and he trips, but when he trips, he like exploded forward, rolled on the ground, and Ace just sat and watched him like, what?
Whoa. So he's like Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka, and then he's like,
Yeah, except that part.
oh, damn.
At the end, he's like, I'm in horrible pain.
Yeah.
And you're like, I won't bring up the specifics because it hasn't aged well. Do you remember the Italian oral report or presentation that you and I did?
Yep.
And how it ended?
I don't remember how it ended.
We got
boy.
retaliated upon.
Oh.
And when we got retaliated upon, I just kind of fell to my knees, but you flew halfway across the classroom. I think you flew into some desks.
Oh my God.
Everyone genuinely then worried if you were okay.
Oh my God.
I slightly remember, but I guess not as detailed as you remember it.
You were going for the Academy
Yeah, because you got a
Apparently,
concussion.
In Italian class.
Yeah.
So it all fits.
That's why that teacher remembered you when I was there.
Oh my God.
That makes so much more sense. Like,
Like you're gonna wear a helmet to class, right?
Oh my God.
All right, very cool. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling the Squid Games reality show. I think it's good.
Nice.
It looks like it's a good time, and I don't know, the sets that they have are ridiculous. Like I don't understand. It's like unless they like flew them out to Korea and used the actual sets from the show. Like I don't understand how they have this much space for this.
Maybe they
They
did.
did it in Bumblefuck of the U.S. and just
Did they just use Mr. Beast set
International
that he
waters.
did? 'Cause
Oh my God,
Even
that's right.
the Squelch Packers and the buttons were also in that Mr. Beast video.
Oh, wow.
So I wonder,
Interesting.
because he really literally just built out that set too.
Wow.
Oh, well then why would they bother doing it again?
Yeah, so maybe.
That'd be
Whoa.
nuts.
What if Netflix built the set and Mr. Beast just leached off of it because he's rich?
Well, he did the video first.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
What if he's getting a little, little action from Netflix?
They gave him a rub and
I
squirt?
don't know. I mean, technically, didn't they have to like give agreement to let him do that anyways? Because that was their intellectual property.
I don't know.
Wouldn't they have
Games,
sued him for like using the same exact name? Like, it's Mr. Beast Squid Games.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Secretly in
It's not a
cahoots, huh?
parody.
I don't know. I guess it's a very gray line
Mm.
when that kind of stuff. So it's hard to.
When the old man, spoilers for the show. Oh, I don't know if I should say it. I want you to watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Episode 1 ends with the cliffhanger. Like so far, I think they're following the order of the events. The second one is the cookie thing.
Yes.
And they basically lined everyone that's still in the challenge in 4 different lines for the 4 different types of cookies. And they made the first people on each line go into this room, and you have 2 minutes to decide who's going to choose which type of cookie. And if you watch the show, you'd understand what I mean. There's a circle, a triangle, a star, and then an umbrella.
Right, yeah.
And for some, you'll know why if you don't watch the show, but if you watch the show, no one wants an umbrella. So it's like they had to come up with a decision. And spoilers for the end of episode 1, sorry. They can't come to an agreement. Like, of course, 3 people are dead set on they have their hands on the wall for each of the other shapes, and the 4th person's just he probably I'll get eliminated if I choose the umbrella. Everyone on my line will hate me or whatever, even if I don't or something like that. So he was like, no. And then, of course, they're like, you failed to reach an agreement, which was their challenge. So they all got eliminated.
Whoa.
So it's fucked up and cruel. and they do sleep in those horrible bunk beds and stuff like that.
Oh,
or at least it implies they do.
You got to do the stab night.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that part.
There are challenges in between, so maybe that'll be one of them.
Yeah. Kill one of you.
Yeah.
You could either give this knife to your best friend or stab your best friend.
Wow.
So yeah, it's funny. It's fun. I laugh a lot while watching it. Okay. All right. Let's come back to Netflix a little later. Let's talk about the Disneys and the Marvels.
Yeah.
And ponder, if you will. What if it's an animated show?
Yeah.
What if it was animated?
What if? I would love if that was the narrator. I'm the watcher.
So stop watching. How much have you seen of the new season?
I only saw the first one, and then I skipped a few because we watched the What If Happy Hogan Saved Christmas episode.
That's one that we
Which
watched.
maybe in retrospect was a mistake, but whatever.
Oh.
I looked at ratings and I was like, oh, there's higher rated episodes.
I watched. I think I'm behind by 1 or 2, but I watched pretty much the season so far. Some episodes are cool. Some episodes are still
Duds.
yeah. It's like the.
Typical anthology.
I think so.
Can't win them all.
You're doing a lot of what if scenarios in the Marvel universe. There's one that's a super interesting episode, but it has none of the Marvel characters in it at all. It's what if the Tesseract, what if Ragnarok was earlier and the Tesseract went somewhere else? So it basically goes to this Mohawk tribe, and it literally has no Marvel characters in it till the very end. And it proves to be a pretty interesting concept episode too. And then they have the other stuff. If you're fans of certain characters, you get to have the Tony Stark fans get their episode with him and that guy, the voice man. The butter voice man from Thor 3 that he was in Jurassic Park. Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, thank you. But yeah. So you get an episode of Tony Stark and him. So if you're a fan of Tony Stark, there's Agent Carter episode again, where they show what happened to Bucky in that timeline too, and he became like the head of Shield, which was neat. And because he was the head of Shield, the Hydra thing didn't happen.
Oh,
So it was neat to see certain things like that. Like, oh, that's cool. Like playing with the different elements. And then there's crap that happens in other episodes. Like,
What I don't know. The first episode was all about Nebula. And
Yes.
say what you will, sure, like great character. I don't know if she can carry as a lead for an entire. And those are like not short episodes, from what I recall. Like,
yeah, there's 30 minutes.
oh, that's short. Okay, it felt longer.
oh man.
Oh, yeah, that Nebula one was bad.
Oh,
That was the first one, so I think that's what kind of was like. I don't know. Once you skip a few, I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm definitely going to watch them. I've hidden this like plethora of like things to watch all of a sudden, but I know they're like one a day. I'm like, I could do that, and next thing I know, I'm like, I have totally not done that between Christmas and New Year's. But yeah, it sounds like you're reselling me on checking it out.
Yeah, and they've released I'm a sucker for the Winter Soldier as a character, and there's already been an episode where he's like part of a makeshift Avengers team, and now they released a teaser for season 3, and they have an episode with him and Red Guardian from the Black Widow movie, where they're like doing some weird.
I saw the clip. I was like, this has to be fake. When does the gag come in? And I'm like, oh, it's just like a clip.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, cool. That's gonna be season 3. Get a Winter Soldier episode.
awesome.
Ooh,
Tasty.
yeah. And then they're making all the other animated shows like the Eyes of Wakanda.
Whoa, what?
Kanda. What? Kanda? Okay.
Wait, but that's a show?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
It's an animated show.
Who's the main character?
Wakanda.
Wow.
I don't know, but I would assume that as per the name, they're going to tell. It's like the episode of The Simpsons where there's a bunch of little stories within Springfield, but
Okay.
for half an hour. And so it's like they must focus on different stories from around town.
So we're gonna get Nose of Florida.
Oh.
Is that a character?
No,
Oh.
it's a city in the United States, and I wanted to know more about it.
But what about the Marvel
It's a
superhero
state.
Gator guy and Florida
Gator
Man?
Guy, yeah, maybe they'll have some episodes.
Gator guy and Florida Man. Florida
Yeah.
Man gets
Maybe it should
into
be
some
Nose of
crazy
Texas, though.
adventures.
And
And what about the Heart of Texas?
You're right. Heart of Texas, Nose of Florida,
Okay.
and then
Or
Eyes
Penis of
Wakanda.
Florida, since
Penis
it is
of
the dick of America.
Armpit of Jersey.
Okay.
Use condom of Jersey.
Start campaigning now, everyone.
Yeah, get these shows on Disney now.
The cheese of Wisconsin.
Whoa,
The person's made of cheese.
Cheese Man,
And they always make fondues in the toilet.
Cheese Man, and Gator Boy.
Fondone.
Wisconsin man takes a trip to Texas. That's why you're able to smell it.
Crossover episode.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that is on Disney, though, is Percy and the Jacksons.
Whoa.
Yeah, the whole Jackson 5 is there.
Oh, my God.
Percy Jackson and the, what's the full title? It's got,
I don't know.
And the
Lost
Lords of the
somethings?
Underworld.
and the, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's
That's the
always
one.
like Percy Jackson and the Winterfall of Peppermint. I'm just saying names for some reason.
Yeah. It's very, very Harry Potter like. Yeah. So Rachel really wanted to watch it, so we watched. I think there's 3 episodes out right now.
And the Olympians.
And Olympians. That makes
Oh,
sense.
that's just it. Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah. It wasn't as fancy as. But yeah. I mean, I always say, look, like I can't get into magic shows. I have a hard time with it. But I mean, I could see how like people who like Harry Potter would definitely like this show, right? Like, but my problem is I'll be watching the episode with Rachel, and I'm like, wait, but if they can do that, why doesn't this happen? And she's like, just watch it. Just watch. Shut your brain off. I'm like, I can't do that. I'm sorry. But
Do you have an example? I'm very interested in knowing.
so there's this thing called the mist, which hides magical things from the human world, right? So one of the characters, spoiler alert, I mean, it's not too big of a spoiler, but one of the characters is in a wheelchair in the human world, but in the magical world, he's a centaur.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, wait a second. If the mist is hiding him to make it look like he's in a wheelchair, then if I'm shaking his hand down here, but he's really up there, how does that work? Right? Because he's a centaur, so that means
He should be taller.
yeah, right.
That's the magic of magic.
But it doesn't make sense. But so there's stuff like that kind of just, I don't know, it bugs
Maybe
me.
when he's in centaur mode, he's doing a little horse crawl.
But maybe it's not his hand you're touching.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's just cloaking it a lot like that. You shake.
if you
And he's
had
like,
a-
yes, that's why you're wondering why you're shaking it a little long.
That's why he's like, keep shaking.
Yeah, yeah, I
If
like
you had a
this.
horse body, though, and you wouldn't really do this, you kind of be like, walking.
Yeah, you'd be clomping around. You're like, is somebody tap dancing in here? What? Cloaks the sound, it cloaks the thing,
Yeah.
it cloaks everything. The height.
Yeah. So there you go. Cloaks everything. You just answered your question.
Or what if the magic makes him really small? That way his body ends up in the wheelchair. It shrinks his horse torso, and then you're able to touch his hand.
That's what I'm saying. Horses can lay down, though.
It's
So
true.
It could just be crawling on the floor all the
Then
time.
he's just on a skateboard and he's pushing himself.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where the wheelchair comes in.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And that's why if you step anywhere behind me,
Yeah. I mean, I farted.
yeah, it even cloaks that to just be a loud fart.
Yeah. Anybody got any oats?
but
Paul does.
yeah. But the overall premise of the show is that Percy Jackson is one of the I guess like demigods, because he's his mom's a human, but his father's a god. But the what happens is they take him to this world where it's all of these kids who are the children of different gods.
And how do they go to this world?
They go through this. So they go to this spot in the regular world. It's almost like Harry Potter, but it's like in the woods or something.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that. And then you go through to in the woods and show up
Yeah.
in this place.
Sure.
Yeah. So, so the plot point being, so all of these children were claimed by different gods. So like the gods say, "Oh yeah, those are my kids. Those are my kids."
Zeus is just like, yeah, that's mine. That one's
Yeah,
mine.
pretty much.
That's mine.
Yeah, but Percy Jackson, his father won't claim him, so he doesn't know which god his
He went
dad
to
is.
get bread and cigarettes?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So now he's like
Not very Olympian of him.
right. So part of his plot is like trying to figure out who is my dad. I don't know who my dad is. And then on top of that, it's there's a plot that Hades and Zeus are they're trying to get into war with each other. So then now they have to they're sent on a mission to go to Hades. But in Hades, there's something that the main character can do. But if he does that, it might create the war. So it's like he is a conflicted character of like, okay, what should I really be doing?
So he's just sort of like thrown into Greek lore.
Yeah.
Which you probably enjoy that, right? Like,
I like the Greek lore. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just magic. That's the
Isn't
only.
Greek lore all magic?
yeah,
Yeah,
lightning and shit.
Yeah. So I have a weird relationship with Greek lore, because I like Greek lore. I like that, like none of the gods are perfect and all that stuff. But this stuff that still doesn't make sense, like
Like
Zeus.
most of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like Zeus turns into a duck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I don't know. Jesus did magic.
Did Jesus turn into a duck?
Well, he didn't turn into a duck, but he did bring people back from the dead, and he multiplied bread and fish.
And cigarettes.
Oh,
yeah,
and
cigarettes. Yeah.
that's how he was able to claim all the dads home. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have one, so he vowed
No,
to
he's
claim
like-
all the others.
Daddy, he tried his hardest, but sorry, he didn't have the right brand. He had menthol.
God.
Yep. Well, that's how you guys disciples, right? It was like the Can I bum a cigarette? All right, yeah, but you just gotta follow me around.
Bro.
Yeah, you just got to give up collecting taxes or something.
Are the Greek gods like portrayed and played by like normal people?
Have we seen?
What does Zeus look like?
We haven't seen Zeus yet. We've seen
But
Dionysus.
you haven't seen him, but he got turned into a duck?
Whoa.
What? No, I'm saying the regular Greek
Does he
mythology.
have a beard?
Dionysus.
What?
Wait,
Zeus? Does
we
he have
haven't
a
seen
beard?
Zeus yet. I don't know.
For some reason, I imagine like the Nike check mark across. Just do
Not sponsored. I mean, that's what Zeus did. He just did it.
Yeah.
All the time.
Shameless plug.
You gave me. I'm playing a game of Guess Who energy. His
Oh,
beard.
Yeah. How many glasses does he have?
How many of the guy on the Guess Who board is wearing 15 pairs of glasses?
But only 2 eyes. But
So they're like some sort of like larger than life figure that they can't possibly portray in a human form.
well, I don't know if it's that or they're just like waiting to show the characters. Like, Lin-Manuel plays one of them.
Whoa!
Yeah, he's in there, and he plays one of them.
The god of singing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I won't say who he plays because they show him,
Aphrodite.
and I think that's where the episode ended. So like we don't know exactly who's playing, but I think I know who he's playing.
I saw a Pinterest pin involving this Lin-Manuel, and then I guess there was the kid from Percy Jackson, and maybe there was a spoiler in there because
Probably.
I saw the thing that Lin-Manuel wrote, and now I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, so that
Does
might
he
have been
sing?
spoiler.
You're in the know.
No.
Then
I am,
yeah,
but
no,
now I
yeah.
gotta watch the
I don't
show
know
to
if he's
see if
anything.
it's an actual thing.
who do you blow at Disney to get a job in everything?
All of them.
How do I blow them?
He just wears his knee pads to work.
I'll bring knee pads to wherever I have to if I get
Me
all this
too.
Disney attention, bro.
Get
He
that
made them
Disney attention.
Mona.
Oh,
Moana.
Yeah,
Mm.
I can make Disney moan.
Anal.
that's
Anywho.
the best movie.
So the show's enjoyable?
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
Cool. And how much of it have you seen?
I think they're releasing it a little at a time, so I think 3 episodes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Only 3's out.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
All right. Let's see. So we watched that. I mean, we saw about that. Matt, we watched the first episode of the YU Hakusho live action
Oh
show.
shit! Nice.
It was cool.
Oh, it's a show? I thought
Yeah.
it was a movie.
Yeah, no, it's a serialized show,
like-
just like the animated
Oh,
show.
wow.
Or just like they're doing with One Piece and stuff like that. Although I think One Piece is English language
Whoa.
speaking, right?
Oh, I think so.
This
I've
one
never
is
seen it.
this one is Japanese with English dub.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It was interesting. Did you watch the anime Yu Hakusho?
No,
Damn.
not really.
I've seen some, but
yeah,
not
I've seen,
nothing
exactly.
crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember loving it.
I
as
dug it a
kid.
decent amount. Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this is so cool.
It was like
demons
all
and
Dragon
everything.
Ball to me.
Yeah.
It was on Adult Swim, so I was like, oh, they occasionally said like, I don't know.
Crap it.
Yeah.
Edgy.
Yeah.
Crap and heck.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. No,
Yeah.
it was- the show's cool. I'm trying to think of so the plot, the premise of the Yu Hakusho, which I was probably offensive I'm even saying that, is Yusuke is a nondescript high school boy.
Okay.
who
He's
looks
like a bad boy with a good
who
heart.
looks like he's 27. Even in cartoon form, he was like, this kid's too old to be in high school, but whatever.
So super
yeah.
senior, it's fine.
Well, I think I guess the good heart is like hidden in there, but then like that was his development is like he becomes a better person, except for the fact that he dies in the first episode. There's a boy playing with a ball and you're gonna get hit, rolls into the street, and it's the classic. The boy runs into the street to get the ball, doesn't look, and Yusuke basically pushes him out of the way and gets hit and killed instead of him. And I think that was the premise. I'm a little rusty now on the show because they play with the whole afterlife stuff, where especially it also reminds me a little bit. It's like they took the lore of like I don't know if it's cultures and stuff like that of like what Dragon Ball did with like King Yama and stuff like that, and like the Grim Reaper characters, and they get to like put their own like creative anime spin on it.
Interesting.
This one, Enma is a baby with a binky in its mouth. This is the animated version, and then the Grim Reaper is like an anime girl with blue hair on a broomstick that you're like you feel ways about when you're a child. So it's like how are they gonna do this live action? The summary is disappointing.
Okay.
Oh, it's fine. Definitely isn't as creative as the animated show, but it was all right.
They made the baby.
A grown man with a binky in his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boom. All right.
So
I watched Cuties.
so a little adult infantilism. It's fine. No king shaming.
And this time around, instead of just saving a boy in that innocent way of like the ball going into the street, this was like a more fucked up thing where what was the name of the creature that crawls in people and possesses them?
I forgot, but it looked like one of the butterfly things from the
Peacemaker?
from Peacemaker, and it crawled inside the people's mouths.
They didn't even say the word, but you kept saying it. I was like, you knew what this was.
Oh. It was a yokai. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so like the spirits in Japanese lore, it's yokai.
Yeah.
Yokai watch.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This dude's like driving a freaking truck like a maniac, smashing into everything. I don't think there's any boy with a ball in the anime.
I didn't remember being in the show, but
They had a little extra something. And you try to understand like what's the scope and the budget of this show, but when the truck hits this boy
Oh my God.
and he like bounces off something and smashes into something else, I'm like, yeah,
Oh, wow.
fucking
Yeah, it was
metal.
crazy.
Yu Yu Hakusho
Wow.
he gets
kicks ass.
demolished.
Yeah. I'm like, that boy's dead. He'll never come back from that one. At the end of episode 1, he comes back. Because, well,
The girl he likes, there's a love interest. And there's some crazy fire going on, and she's gonna die because she's trying to save his corpse.
yeah, I remember that from the cartoon. So I think the thing from the show was like, Yusuke, you're such a piece of shit that for you to go out the way you did in a heroic way is like an anomaly. It's like this wasn't in the list of like things that were supposed to happen for things to evolve normally. That was not in there. So that's why you have a chance. A second chance, basically, if you do blah 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 blah.
Okay.
And
So he's a demon or a yokai
then he
hunter
learns
after
to
that.
embrace his spirit energy. And then
Yeah, he actually does have
Yeah,
a
yeah, I know.
That's awesome.
I'm familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pelvic thrust.
yeah, I'm shooting my spirit energy at you. You feel it?
I love it.
Is it never mind.
Warm. I could feel it. It's wet.
You
I
can't.
like it.
You can't know that. It's warmer than
I
you.
am part platypus. Yeah.
This is all platypus.
It's all milk.
Okay. Tell me about 365, or how do you pronounce it?
Oh boy, is that a juicy movie? Holy moly!
It's a spicy meatball. Eh?
Yeah, so 365 is Netflix's version of trying to do porn and getting away with it as much as it can.
Oh, it did do a good amount of that. It made me think of all the other HBO movies that were softcore pornos, such as Genie in a String Bikini, as well as The Witches of Breastwick, where you see some pelvic movements. There was some shaft and
You
a
watch
shot of
softcore
balls.
porn.
Oh yeah, totally. So this is Netflix's softcore porn.
It is. What?
And-
But there's like they try to. The
It
beginning
took a
is
long
slow.
time to get to the porn.
Yeah, eventually they're just straight up
a
having
long time.
full on sex on
On
the
a boat for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then that's where you see nut and shaft and everything else.
Yeah, you get full sack in one shot when he's on the front of the boat.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, there's some full sack.
That's what I've been waiting for.
Looks like Santa's leaving this right. And then the guy spits in the girl's hoochie coochie. And
Did you both jerk off to this while watching it together?
yeah, we knew it was wet.
There was 3 other people in the room,
Yeah.
so we had to say, don't mind us.
We were like, don't mind the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And we cover
It's okay
ourselves
if
with
another
like-
guy's doing it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And now you're the weirdo for not doing it.
So basically, it's this Italian guy, and he sees a girl at an airport one time, and he's
Yeah,
like,
and he's
I
like-
want to fuck her.
Wasn't that like the Destiny girl? He's like, I've had your painting on my wall for years. I never thought I would find you in the real world, and here you are.
And he was like a mafia guy or something, right?
Yeah, or like the son of a mafia kingpin
Yeah.
or something.
And his dad was shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
But before we started recording, you're like, Tony instantly knew what that was. This was this one?
Yeah, this is
the softcore porn?
Yeah. Okay. And let me tell you how I knew about this one.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
So my mom and my dad were like, "Hey, you guys gotta watch this
Wow.
movie on Netflix." I'm like, "What movie?" And they're like, "Oh, it's like really steamy and stuff." I'm like, What are you guys talking about?
I didn't get this recommendation.
Wow.
I just imagine your dad just stumbled and fell 3/4 of the way across the house to tell you. That's how he puts it in the DVD player.
Oh my god.
And so then Rachel's like, "Oh, we're gonna have to watch this movie, Tony." I'm like, "All right, whatever." And then that's kind of how it happened.
Let me tell you, for a good half of the movie, quite uncomfortable because the guy is trying hard, a little too hard, and it doesn't come off as
Charming.
It's not charming. It's not a Beauty and the Beast moment. Way more Beast than Beauty.
Yeah, and the whole name of the movie is because he's like, I'm going to keep you in this chamber
for
365 days.
Until you love me.
The title.
Yeah.
Until you love me.
Yeah,
Yes.
essentially.
Oh.
And he even puts like this rod thing on her ankles.
They
and then
shouldn't have made it seem like he's charming. They should have made it seem like he's a freaking weirdo.
He's a psychopath.
He is a weirdo.
Oh,
It's like the psychopath
that's what
from
they're
You.
going for with this movie.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But then it becomes endearing because she does fall in
Yeah,
love
then they
with
fall in
him.
love and they have a lot of sex.
it works.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
apparently.
literally just Beauty and the Beast.
And then she whispers, I don't need the 365. And then he's like, oh, yes, that is the hottest thing you say, girl. It's hot.
Yeah, and he gets a big old blowjob in front of her while she's strapped to a bed.
Yeah.
In front of her?
With
Yeah.
that thing
Yeah.
where if she struggles, her legs spread wider and wider. Every time you struggle, it's a telescope pole. It will made in your Gucci hoochie.
I'm going to play the Bill Nye video on it now.
So he lets someone else do that to him?
Yeah,
even though
and it
she's...
turned her on a little bit.
Yeah, somehow it worked. I don't know how it
somehow.
worked.
He's like, this is what you're missing. And then she's like, all I saw was the girl's back of her head. Could she have turned like this way? Done it? And
starts giving pointers.
no, but she's just like,
Yeah, she is like that.
yeah, she's so turned on by this blowjob. She's like, oh my God, I need this guy. But she plays hard
Probably
to
hardly
get.
dehydrated. She was like, I'll take anything I can get to just hydrate.
But she still plays hard to get. She's like, you're never going to get me.
After he
You're
finally
never
loosens the 365, does she like crack him over the head with a lead pipe and kill him?
No.
That'd be
No,
awesome.
unfortunately.
No.
And then on top of that,
long
like
con.
shortly after that, don't they go to like the club and she spies a dress? And then he's like, what are you doing? And like, if I was that girl, I would have ran, but she's bought like this dress that was revealing and she's like, oh, you could pretty much finger me right here if
And
you
then,
wanted to.
One of his friends tries to take that opportunity and R-word her in the club.
Yes, he does. And that was
Oh my God!
also
And he
bad.
pulls out 2 guns like he's in Devil May Cry, and they make like the 18 different sounds coming out. It was fucking crazy.
I just don't know how this movie got on anyone's radar.
I have no idea.
Thanks, parents.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Gianna
think-
told her parents about it. She's like, "You're not gonna like this movie, but you guys have to see that this movie's on Netflix."
this movie is
this
insane.
anomaly that makes kids and parents want to talk about the sex movie with each other.
yeah.
It's usually like the last thing you want to do.
That's
Yeah.
very
Oh,
strange.
no.
And this is how everyone's finding out about it. Like, yeah, my parents told me, or I told my parents.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That
very
is funny.
interesting.
Now I'm afraid to watch it because I'd be like,
Yeah.
well, yo, mom, pop.
Yeah, you're like,
Whatever, so
you
you-
have to tell my dad.
You just got to be like, listen, there's this hot, steamy movie. It is so
You're
good.
instructing me on how to do it.
Mommy, daddy, steamy movie good.
Did you tell your dad about it?
My dad, no, I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, but when you see him, right?
When I could tell him on the phone, I could be like, do you have Netflix? Are you still using my Netflix?
yeah,
There's this movie you just got to watch. You're going to love it.
crazy movie.
Here, you got a profile on my Netflix? I'm just gonna add it to your watch list.
I was always more comfortable talking to my dad about porn stuff because I always caught him watching porn stuff. So I was the
Makes
adult
sense.
in the situation, being like, "Okay, you're watching porn, big whoop." Yes,
Here's
that's
more.
not I'm like that's why you got viruses on your computer, though, and all these little pop-ups are coming up like, "Get your cock, get your dick sucked." And I'm like, I know what you're doing, Dad.
Shit.
And it's okay.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Just don't get the virus on the computer. That's it.
Yeah, not
or
the
on
one.
your penis.
Yeah, that's
also
well. I
true.
mean, if he's doing that and he's getting herpes, we got a problem. I'd be like, don't hug me,
Don't hug me. I'm scared.
don't hug me until the Valtrex kicks in.
Stay off Xbox Connect.
Yeah, oof. But Yeah, so back to porn movie. This movie was splendid.
What's the craziest porn thing that happens?
Probably the 15 minutes of straight intercourse that they have on a boat, and then the guy spitting into her vagina as
Was that
lubricant.
the shower
Actually,
one?
that's
Oh,
No, shower
that
one's
was
separate.
right on the boat. Then there's the one in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That one was like a quickie, though. That one wasn't as long as the boat
I
one.
think like the weirdest thing is that he kind of throws her off the boat, saves her himself after he kind of threw her off the boat.
Oh, there was also that scene where he's having active butt sex in like on a window, like she's just pants down on the top of a building's window, and he's just like slamming her in the duty hole.
And you know, it's
And he
booty
does
hole.
the duckbill thing. It was really funny. He, like, lubricates his duckbill, and he just shoves the whole thing in her butt and goes like that, and then slips his wiener in.
And he goes, whack.
Yeah.
I like how we're talking about those scenes as if they're like action scenes in a movie. Like, remember that action scene?
You're like, he's got the same choreographer as
John Wick.
John Wick.
John Wick, the porn parody.
I need to see that.
John's dick.
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to see that.
It's got to
Does
exist,
that, yeah,
right?
that's got to
No,
exist,
but I need
right?
it with good choreography.
Good fuck choreography.
Yeah, yeah.
Anti-gravity. and
He reloads
guns.
his dick in real time.
How does he keep going? All we do is fuck his dog. I watched the movie Leave the World Behind.
What's that about?
It is about what? It's a movie about these people that go to like a vacation home in Long Island, and the world basically starts ending while they're there. It's like you see it's like things are kind of falling apart while they're kind of like in a semi secluded area, and get to like kind of see it from their perspective. It's like it seems like it's going for like a lower budget because it's like they're in this nice. I mean, it's a nice house, but it's like I feel like there aren't too many changes of scenery. It's like they're in this house, has a bunch of rooms, but they do go outside and there's strange things happening with deer mostly.
Oh.
It's Julia Roberts is the main character, the wife, and I confuse these guys. Ethan Hawke is the husband.
I love Ethan Hawke.
And it's got a good cast. What's his name? Mahershala Ali
I think I've
is the
seen
guy who actually
little
owns the house.
clip. I didn't realize that's what that movie was about. I always
It's done by the guy that did
Cabin in the
Mr.
Woods.
Robot. Which,
the Sam Esmail movie.
Yeah.
That's the one you were talking about. And I saw the trailer. I was like, oh.
So yeah, it was interesting. And I of course I've been like, there's no way I wasn't going to watch this movie. And it's a book adaptation also. So it's not like it's a fully original thing. So yeah, that's basically the premise. Where just like all these like kind of peculiar things happen, and then you see if like the movie sort of like ties together like why they're happening and what it means for the world as a whole, from like their perspective. Like I was saying, it seems like it could have been a low budget movie, but then there's like at least 3 very big things that happen during the movie. Like one thing involving they like having large vehicles coming right at you in this movie. One by sea, one by air, and I guess the ones by land I guess are mostly deer vehicles. It just seems like the daughter's outside, and I guess like there's this nice pool outside, and this it's like an Airbnb type of situation, and then like this deer comes out of the woods from the back of the yard, and then another one, and another, and then you see like there's a whole crowd of them, and like the camera pans up, and there's like hundreds of them, and it's like why is this happening? What does this mean? And it seems like that's the overall, like that's on the book cover. It's like that's the thing, you know.
Gotcha.
Does anybody say, oh dear?
I did. So I'm like, oh dear. Okay. But the movie, actually, in my opinion, is a little long. I think they could have cut out a little bit of fat and made it a little bit more like just, I get what you're going for. Keep going. I think a little critique, but still a super cool, watchable movie. I still recommend. But I think if you feel like, yeah, feels like this part might be one of them slow parts. You could probably skip ahead a little bit, in my opinion.
Better than Cabin in the Woods?
Have
you seen that by M. Night Shyamalan?
Oh no, I've seen Pancakes.
That one's the better of the movies. Way better than Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, is it the Don't Knock at the Cabin, you mean?
Oh, Don't Knock at the Cabin. Yes.
Yeah. That movie sucked ass.
With, what's his name? Not Bastille.
Ron from Harry Potter and Dave Bautista.
Batista.
Bastista.
Yeah, Bastille.
The entire band.
Rachel was so mad.
That's why they couldn't perform that.
They're all dressed in a human suit.
It does sound like that, though. Same concept.
But movie was cool. There is like a whole story built in. It's not just like senseless things going on around them. It's like they do kind of explain it. There are Mr. Robot Easter eggs in it. I caught 2 maybe. I was like, ugh! And then I watched like the Heavy Spoilers YouTube account, which pointed out a few more to me. Like, ugh. So that was cool.
Is it a mystery how the world is ending? Like, is it something that they slowly reveal over time?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say so. They don't. I think it does leave more of like specifics to the imagination. Like it's like if there's an attack, you understand how I don't know if it's bad to say. You understand like they basically explain how and it's being done, but part of the whole thing is maybe not understanding who it is. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. The movie's cool. Check it out. It's on Netflix as well. Like most things. All right, so let's see. I think the one we got left now is more of Reacher. Alex started watching Reacher.
I watched.
Tony
showed me yesterday the first episode of Reacher. Reacher Around.
Preacher, right?
Yes.
Right.
I love that show.
So here's the deal with Reacher. I think it's interesting and cool. However,
Too edgy for me, bro.
no, it was cool. I liked it. I think it was a pretty cool, neat show. The only thing, my only criticism is that Reacher himself it feels like he's reading like character bios when he's talking to people.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because he's very smart. So Tony said he's like Bond. I'm like, no, he can't be like, he's not that much. He's like Bond, but if Bond was smart, because Bond always has the villain explain to him at the end, like everything that happened. Reacher is explaining everything along the way. And he's so smart that he's figured out everything. He explains why this guy, he knows he looks at a guy. Tony already knows.
Yeah, I know the scene.
He looks at the guy. He's like, I could tell that you went to Harvard, that you smoke cigarettes, but you're trying to quit.
He's Sherlock.
And that your wife
it's like Sherlock.
is divorcing you.
Oh.
And he's like, how do you know these things? And he's like, well, I could tell from your clothes and this that you are getting divorced because
the way you play with your ring.
You fiddle with your ring, and this vibe that you were giving off also told me that you smoke cigarettes and your coat smells like cigarettes.
Yeah. It's like lead with that.
Wow. So if I have a nervous habit of doing this with my ring, it means I'm getting a divorce.
You are getting divorced,
yeah.
bro.
Shit.
Oh no!
It's off. He's divorced.
Now it's a pinky ring.
Oh wow!
So yeah, he does that to like everyone he meets consistently. I don't think there's a character. No, he didn't do it to the girl cop
Yeah, that's right. He didn't do that
because he wants to have sex with her really badly.
Yeah.
So he doesn't air out her dirty laundry if he feels he could get close to the poom poom.
Right.
He was about to leave the town and the whole show would have been over, but she's like, I want to have dinner for you. And before she even finishes saying, he's like, yes.
He's like, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I knew you were going to ask me because, one, you seemed like you were sweating a little bit. Two, I could send your juices.
That is exactly how it is.
Wow.
That's how it is.
And she was like, that is so charming.
Yeah.
I could smell your secretions. I knew you wanted me for dinner.
I could
You are giving me flirtations.
This is wet.
Literally, even another time, she's talking to him, and she's he's fighting with the cigarette guy because it's the only thing you know him by right now. But he's fighting with the cigarette guy, and she's like, "No, no, stop. You guys, you can't do this. He's like, he's giving me a reason to do this. And she's like, get back in the car. And he's like, okay. He's like, he really wants your pussy that bad. He's like, okay, I'll go back in the car.
Wow.
He's a big tough guy. So just, okay.
Well, he knows the woman is always right.
Yeah, that's true. But no, the show's really cool. I actually recommend if you like the James Bond, the Mission Impossible,
And Sherlock, I guess.
and Sherlock too. That aspect of it, it's cool, and it's very much like a wanderer goes into a town and a mystery finds him, and they do like some TV tropes, but they get it over with really quick. So you're like, hopefully you don't have to see that trope again.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I only saw one episode though, so maybe the rest sucks.
Uh-oh.
Well, no,
But I just know
I've
It might be dog shit.
it might be dog shit. But
I've seen episode 2 and 3. So far, it's still good. So
Wow.
yeah. So.
yeah. I haven't finished it either yet, though.
Oh,
so
you're telling a show you've seen 3 episodes of.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
But if
No,
you want
I heard it's awesome.
but if you want to prove a husband right, continue watching the show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
That way he will not be the reacher in the grocery aisle.
That's right. Did we tell that story?
Yeah, you did,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, all right. I wasn't sure. Just making sure everyone has the context of it.
Mhm. I'm in the know.
Yeah.
Something that's funny. What I brought up to Alex too when we were watching is like those Sherlock Holmes parts. That when he first got his book agent, right, and his editor said like, "Hey, we should like trim this stuff down." He's like, "But you're in the guy's head. You need to know how he's thinking about stuff." And it's so he was like back and forth with the editor, and he's like, "But after I got over like my little like anger, little tantrum about it, I went back and I was like, oh, he's kind of right." So apparently there was way more of that than
And there's a
what they
lot of
kept.
it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it, so it's funny to think. I want to see what the Tom Cruise one's like now.
Yeah, I know.
To see if
That's-
Tom Cruise is also like, I like your shirt. The cut of its jibs is telling me.
I can imagine Tom Cruise doing that more than this actor for some reason. This actor just seems like the big quiet type, so it's hard to be like, yes, I could tell that you were drinking coffee at 8 a.m. and it's from splashed on you and it burned your penis.
It comes off like he's the writer of the story.
Wow.
Now you piss sideways.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, I was telling that to Alex too. Like, I want to see but you got to finish the first season though, because the first season and the movie with Tom Cruise are both based on the same book. So like, if you watch the movie, you're gonna spoil probably the season.
Probably.
So, but
I
yeah,
imagine plenty of people that the people that probably watched it immediately were the people that like watched in like the movies. Or like more of that.
yeah.
Or
So
people that read the book, yeah.
yeah. But so the reason why they didn't
The
go with Tom
manga.
Cruise for the show,
Small man.
is because a lot of the people who read the book were like, this isn't the character. So they're like, all right, fine, we'll get someone that's more like the character.
Yeah, and this guy looks like a brick.
Tom Cruise, I don't think
I
has ever
love
done a
that.
show. To be fair,
Has he?
he
Awesome.
would have never
Yeah,
done
he's
it.
sick.
I guess not.
That
right?
man loves movies.
He does. He loves.
He would never do a show.
Which man?
Tom
Thomas
Cruise.
Cruise.
Oh. Yeah, that's
It-
true.
There's another person who really loves movies, but apparently I read this random. I don't know. I think it was a headline. To be fair, I was like, I don't think I need to click this article, but they're considering doing shows at this stage of their career. This Mr. Nick Cage.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. He's never done a TV show because he's like, I'm a movie actor.
Whoa.
It's like some of them just think they don't understand how they're the same basic
But he'll
thing.
voice act
Yeah.
for a cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
movie, right?
I know there's some actors who said they prefer television because you can stay in one place and you don't have to always be going somewhere
bouncing
else.
around.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah, it's true. So you've been catching up on that. What I'm catching up on is a new game I got, which is Hogwarts Legacy. I went from Harry Potter
Rachel's favorite
Unleashed.
game.
Yeah, so it's been interesting to like learn about it and see it with my own eyes. Did you see a fair share of this game?
Rachel beat the
or do-
game.
But you were there for all of it, or like
Yeah, I was there.
And then there's
popping in.
DLC, yeah?
DLC?
Oh, DSC is coming out. That's why Rachel's like, oh, we can't remove it from the system.
Oh.
I have to say,
The snogging DLC.
I think the main character that you play as, that you design or whatever, is the most insufferable piece of shit.
Oh man.
God damn.
I hate him.
Wow.
And I although I've learned to love how annoying he is. Like, I hate how he talks. I'm sure she probably chose the female voice,
she
right?
chose the female.
I wonder how the female voice sounds, because the male voice was just imitation of Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Excuse me?
That sounds awesome.
But it was, I don't know. I think,
Oh,
but,
golly.
but whatever reason, the imitation Daniel Radcliffe was just a bit on the high pitch tone. But then it lets you change the pitch. I could have made it even higher if I wanted to.
Oh, wow.
But I decided to make it one notch lower. And just having it on one notch lower now, he just sounds like an AI synthetic voice. It just sounds, something about it just sounds fake every time he talks.
That's amazing.
And I was like, were they all fake? But I'm pretty sure that it's just because I down pitched it. So I don't know. It just seems, I mean, the game itself is really cool. I'm just talking about the dialogue.
Yeah.
The dialogue seems like some, I'm going to piss people off. Some dudes with like whatever education were just like, so we're like making up the words. How do we punch it up? I feel like they always have like this thesaurus on standby. Like, say prudent. I don't know. And they just
It's
like,
very like British, like
it just seemed like they had to throw an obligatory Britishish word in it.
yeah.
And I was like, I don't believe it. Sorry. Yeah.
I can see
And
that.
we'll name this character Poppy.
I want to see the British people make an American game and throw in Americans. Throw in cheeseburger.
Well, the guy who wrote Jack Reacher's British, and it's all about America.
Yes, I think this story needs more WAP.
Whap.
Yeah, so the first thing I did once the game took a while to let me go outside. I wanted to just like immediately go outside and get murdered in the woods. That's basically what I want to do with this game.
Slender.
And I was like stuck inside learning shit. I was like, I don't care. I want to have no good abilities and go get murdered in the woods.
Right.
And finally, the game's like, welcome to outside. And I'm like, running off the premises into the woods. And you know, like you meet some spiders and stuff like that. I fuck them up, a few of them. But then I get to this part of the game where it's like Ghost of Tsushima, where it's like a camp of bad wizards. Only like one or two show. For some reason, I have a radar, just like real wizards do.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I have a radar with like red dots on it, like Halo, where I can see like, oh, there's bad guys here.
It's like a Marauders map.
It's like Halo. I don't remember red dots of enemies being on the
They
Marauders
had
map.
on the Marauders map, they had the little shoes, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that
And
at all.
did Scabbers have
it
shoes?
doesn't imitate that whatsoever.
Scabbers had shoes too, huh?
Yeah. That's how we found out that he was a
But is that
person.
Peter Pettigrew?
Yeah.
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 Came up, Peter Pettigrew, what is that bitch doing
There's
here?
a grown man in our campus.
Uh-oh. You know what? That is problematic. Ew. I forgot about that for a second.
And there's people fucking on the map because their feet were like intertwined.
There were?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I'm going to have to look at this movie.
I'll just show you the map. You know,
Watch the whole movie.
Yeah, you know,
from once.
Yeah.
But anyways,
watch the whole thing.
that was how I went out with the Blaze of Glory.
Yeah.
There was apparently like an evil wizard camp. But to be fair, are they just trying to live their lives and I show up and start attacking them and they're just trying to defend themselves?
I don't like
Yeah.
the sound of evil wizards in the woods. It's given KKK.
Within
Oh.
within very runnable distance from
They're all drinking
the
Budweiser.
school.
I mean, aren't they kind of like that though? Because they don't like humans or stuff, right?
Mudbloods.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or muggles.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good either now.
There were two Gryffindor girls that in this game were just like, I thought that the Minister of Magic would have gotten rid of the non-pure bloods.
Whoa.
Wow.
I remember hearing that.
And I was like, holy shit.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there is those undertones of racism in the movies and the books. So.
And they weren't even white as,
no,
a
they
cloud.
just sound like whether they were a wizard or not. You're not a full pure blood wizard. Get out of my school.
It's amazing, even though this is some undescript time before the events of Harry Potter takes place, how much more cultural this school is. It's very impressive. It really shows that something bad happened to the other cultures leading up to the events of Harry Potter. Mass extinction, if you will.
Yep.
It's fucked up. You really got to think about it.
Yep.
But the game's cool. There's definitely a lot to it. It's neat. I was very excited when I got a broomstick because I was like, screw walking.
It's going up my butt.
Yeah. I'm mad that I can't fly it indoors because going... there are some improvements. I don't know if Rachel complained about these, but the map, especially the fast travel, like trying to figure out where to go, there's so much room for improvement with it because you have to... It shows like you're doing a mission, you have to go from here to here, and it's like the problem with Hogwarts is there's 18 floors and so many different staircases and doorways to go through that it does less for you than most other games in terms of like where are you fast traveling to in relation to where you need to go, where it's like I need to choose, like I can't even click it and it'll bring me the closest place to it or like hover around it. Like the fast travel spots, none of those do anything. I have to click this like button over here, be like, this is the southern dormitory, and then like once you click that, then the fast travel options appear. And now I've gotten to like I'm like 360 spinning around, being like, where are the staircases, which one's the closest where I need to go, and then I choose one. And then it like forgets where I'm going, and then I have to like open the map a second time and like choose my objective again, so the trail appears for me. And then I find out that I chose the wrong one or something.
Oh my god!
So it's like a lot of like opening up the map unnecessarily. The other thing,
it sounds like us with what's that game? The detective game, Alan Wake 2.
Always open that fucking map.
yeah.
Really?
And you guys like the game otherwise, right?
It's
like,
interesting.
So,
We got it.
so
It's the cool
I'm not
parts
knocking
now.
the game. I'm still enjoying the game. I think there's the story is doing whatever for me. It's just a means to adventure, I guess. But the other critique I have is the spells themselves. You only are assigned 4. Like you have to press R2.
You gotta keep swapping them out.
Exactly. It's like you have to strategize which ones are most appropriate for the situation and constantly keep swapping them out.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
Oh
Kingdom
yeah.
Hearts, yeah.
Kingdom Hearts, you could do the long menu, but you have like your quick fire menu, which gives you like the access to 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
no,
it's similar.
there's like the absolutes that you have no choice but to have, like Revelio. It's where I could see like your penis through your trousers. Like
That's my favorite
Important spell.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's ancient magic. And whatever else, the one where he zaps people, because apparently that's not a spell. You could just like shoot people with your wand, and that's a normal spell. But yeah, it's like if you want to have like the one that's like Accio, bring that to me. It's like you think that would be like a pretty standard spell that you should always have at your disposal, or the Wingardium Leviosa, Expelliarmus, Incendio, setting things on fire, or like being a pyromaniac. You have to, like, different situations call for different ones, and then you're always opening up the menu, like, oh, I need this one. And then when you open up the menu, it's like a needle in a haystack to find the one that you need. I'm like, where is it? Like, they're color coded, which means nothing to me.
And less to me.
So I was just like, instantly, I was like, they need to like let you make package, like sets. Like it's like, this is my battle set. This is my
Like decks. Like
yeah.
card decks.
This is my adventure mystery set, and it's like the ones that are more like for discovery versus the ones that are more for combat. So I don't know. I feel like if they ever make a sequel to this game, there's so much more that they could do. Be like, they better fix those things. But I like flying out into the woods. I like getting attacked by monsters. I like picking fights with people that are just trying to live their lives. It gives you the choice if you want to be a piece of shit or if you want to do the right thing. And I'm not sure which philosophy to play with. But basically just trying to do like, I wasn't going into a mission expecting to like get paid or anything like that. So at the end where it's like, where's my money? Like type of the option. I'm like, I wasn't thinking that. So I usually choose the decent choice, but there was one where I misunderstood what it was going for. Where it's like this lady sends me on this mission to find something or other. I come back from the mission and it's like, you'll never believe what I found. Or the other option was like, Like, it was nothing special. I'm like, I did find it pretty underwhelming, so I chose the one that was nothing special. And then he just straight up lies there. He's like, there was nothing there. I'm like, that's not what you told me to say. And she had, like, had the most stuttering, disappointed response that I've ever heard in a video game. I felt like they just made this woman improv into a microphone. I really thought,
Oh my god.
okay, well, I guess it's mine now, bitch.
Wow.
Mine do Star Wars.
Oh, but that's the thing, like, in this game, right, isn't the thing you're able to learn, like, all the spells, whether you're good or bad, you could learn, like, the killing curse and whatnot.
Yeah.
It shows it's unlockable, yeah.
Whereas in Knights of the Old Republic, if you were bad, you get the cool
All the
spells.
fucking cool shit.
Yeah, which is what made it awesome to be bad. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll kill everybody. All right, cool.
Yeah. Lightning gear.
We
Cool,
went
Force
full
lightning.
evil before we even got the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best. Getting all of the power,
Yeah.
becoming real, and then your skin's all
Yeah, we're all
mottled and gray.
You're like, what do you think of this guy? We're like, hey. Is he going to help us or not?
I can't wait for the remake of Knights of the Old
Cancel.
Republic. Oh, no!
Yeah, I got
Come
canceled.
on!
Yeah. Maybe we'll see it again, but right now it was canceled.
Oh,
I know.
There was a in the Harry Potter game when Rachel wanted to learn the killing spell, and so she learned the killing spell, and then she killed somebody, and then she was like, "Oh man, I messed up."
Unforgivable.
I thought you were going to say she learned a killing spell. She killed someone, and then she booted up the PlayStation to play Harry Potter.
and then everybody in the game was like, "Oh my god, there's that killer! You killer!"
Yeah, that kind of happened to her.
You get all judgy because you
Yeah.
murdered someone.
Yeah,
Ooh, I'm so cool. I killed
Can
somebody.
you kill anyone you want? There's a few people in the game I want to kill.
I think so, but I think you can't kill the teachers or something.
There was someone that she killed that she's like, I'll show you the curse. I'm like, you don't have to show me. She goes, I just feel so bad. But I'll show you if you want. I was like, you don't have to show me it. I know the spell. We're good. And she's like, okay, because I can't kill these people. The guilt that was with her.
And they like yell and scream when they die too. So
Oh
it's
my
like,
god.
I guess I could always watch it on YouTube, right? Watch people get murdered
I
on the
would
video
fuck
game.
it.
Well, if it, like, you can't even like enjoy this, like the stuff they put in the game anymore. It's like
because you get judged.
there's like pathway you've killed someone or pathway you didn't kill someone. Pathway you didn't kill someone's like, yeah, I'll talk to you. Pathway's like, you killed someone.
Oh my
You're a
god.
murderer. I'll kill you too.
Yeah. We're not helping
And then
you
that's how
solve
you become a serial
mysteries.
killer.
And I stack all their bodies in the room of requirement because I require more space to hide these bodies.
That's what video games are for.
Yeah.
I would actually do that if the
Damn.
game let me do that.
Room of requirement.
I got the room of requirement, and like it gets bigger as you need more room. I'm like, yo, house elf.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need more room.
Yeah.
Hey, the house host, do you mind digging some holes under the floor?
Yeah, just stay within this bed.
And also, yo, dinner for the day.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Meat pie, anyone?
But you basically kill people in the games. I feel like you
Essentially,
don't even need to learn about it. First of all, if they're not a human, you're murdering them.
Yes.
Because you get attacked by these like stone things, and when you defeat them, they break into a million pieces.
Yep.
You're fighting a spider, especially if you get that ancient magic, which is like your special ability. You could he does one of two things. Either he basically summons lightning from the sky that shocks them and they explode. I'm like, that seems pretty murdery to me.
Yep.
Or he goes all Hulk on them. Like, it's basically like the wand equivalent of the Hulk grabbing you by your ankles and thrashing you wham, wham, wham. Like, that's basically worse than murdering in some ways. Like, you're probably going to die like a few hours later of your pain and injuries.
Yeah.
And internal bleeding.
Yep.
So, I feel fairly satiated in terms of the killing spell.
Gotcha.
So, I'll just watch Rachel play if I want to see the Avada Kedavra get
As she
used.
cries, killing people.
Oh my god.
I can show you.
She gets the DLC and they're like, murderer.
Oh man.
All right. So that basically covers our itinerary. I think as per customary, there's no Batwoman.
I did watch
question
it.
mark. Do you want to talk
I
about
watched it. Can someone give like an optimism fact just so I feel better about
Okay.
it? Just like say something positive, I guess.
water's not wet or something.
All right, guys, I watched Batwoman. This week I watched Batwoman, and this week they decided to turn up the what the hell is happening to about an 8.
Oh.
So it started with 3 drivers, and they're racing around, and they have this big GPS that says, it's just a big fat GPS. It just says left, straight, or right.
What?
Yeah, it's a big fat ugly GPS. One that would get you nowhere or killed. And apparently they're trying to get all the requirements to make the new snake bite because the ocean is dead. So Batwoman has to find her drug dealer girlfriend who was taken by Black Mask at the end of the last episode. She's talking to Cop Girl. She's like, Cop Girl, you need to help me. Mrs. Crow, whatever her name is. And he's like, yeah, Mrs. Crow, you need to help me. So she's like, I will help you, but you need to stand down right now. She says it that way, too, for some reason. She's talking to just Ryan, not even Batman. She's like, you need to stand down.
Oh, man, all right.
Yeah, it got really intense for no reason. So then Batwoman's like, I found out these racers are trying to get fear toxin and deliver it. I need to, we're going to intercept them. So she stops the car, throws the person out of the car, is about to beat the shit out. She's like, where's Ange? And then she pulls off. It's Crow Girl. She's like, I was undercover and you just blew my cover. Fuck you, Batwoman.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So it turns out Crow Girl was undercover trying to get the fear toxin so she could find Black Mask, so she could find the hideout, so she could save Ange. But if you take too long to deliver you still have the fear toxin. And keep this in mind.
Okay.
You're still stealing fear toxin. If you take too long to deliver it, Black Mask considers you burned, and he doesn't let you deliver it to the place. So you just kind of chill with fear toxin.
Oh.
I thought that was a little weird.
So it's like the delivery guy with a pizza? He just gets to eat the
Yeah,
pizza
but if instead of like, oh, you're late, it's free, it's like, you're late, keep the pizza.
Oh.
So that was a little strange to me.
Huh.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
So Crow Girl says, what we need to do is we need someone else to join. Also, the racing mask that they wore, they all looked like Castle Crashers. I don't know why
my
that was
God.
the case. But they're like, okay, now we need someone else to infiltrate this fucking racing circuit so we can get the fear toxin over there so we can find Black Mask. So Crow Girl's like, I have someone that can help us. And Crow Girl gets Luscious. And Luscious is like, hi, Ryan. And Ryan's like, hi, Luscious. So she's like, I'm going to race and I'm going to get the fear toxin. And Luscious is all like, I don't know if you should be doing that. And you're just going to be driving this car. You're no good at driving. And she's like, yeah, I am. I drive the Batmobile. And he goes, the Batmobile drives with AI.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah,
she thought she's driving this whole time?
That thing's got autopilot.
yeah. And
Wow.
Oh, that's hilarious.
he's like, you can't fucking drive that good. It's AI.
God.
Yeah.
Wait, so is it like driving assistance or is it just straight out driving and she thinks she's driving?
It's
Driving
like
assistance, but I like to think it's the other one.
it's like, why has it got a steering wheel if it's driving automatically?
And when she shows, when she shows that she's capable of, like, I can do this race, she pulls up in a car and she goes, I hit 300 miles per hour getting here. And I was like, that is a street car. You did not hit 300 miles per hour getting here at all. So, and also, you just need to drive, pick up toxin, and deliver it. You don't need to know these cool racing tricks.
Can't they just put the AI in the car?
That's what they do.
Oh
okay.
my god.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to put your Batwoman AI in this car, so that way you can have the assisted driving and blah, blah. So she goes to do the race. She has a fear toxin in the car. They need to put the tracker in the fear toxin. But apparently there's a drone watching her race or whatever, deliver the fear toxin.
Okay.
It just makes Black Mask seem really inept. He could just literally walk in and get this shit.
Is it like the blimp? Is the drone like the blimp?
No, I don't even think they show it. They just say, there's a drone watching you. You have to abort mission,
Damn.
Ryan. Abort mission.
I'm sad because that blimp was magical.
I know. The blimps have not shown up again.
God.
Yeah. The blimp, close to building blimps.
Blimp 11.
Yeah. So, she's like, I need to put this tracker on here, so I'm not going to be able to stop the car. So she goes, Luscious, you take over. I'm going to put the tracker in the fear toxin while you control the car from home. So he's now driving with a little stick and he's controlling the car. He's like, Ryan, you need to hurry up and put that tracker in that fear toxin. And then the crows show up and they're shooting at her. And she's like, I can't do it. And he's like, I can't control this much longer for no reason. I don't know why it's getting harder to control.
Get a carpal tunnel.
Yeah. He's like, I can't do it for that much longer. You got to take the steering wheel back.
Pretty hard, yeah.
It's like, okay. Then they track it to Black Mask. They go there. They fight him up a little bit. And he's like, okay, fine. If you capture me and try to bring me to the police, I'm going to have this guy shoot Ange in the head. So they pull up a big projector screen. And he had this ready, a big projector. Big-ass fucking projector with the guy having a gun to Ange's head. And he says, if they don't let me go, you kill them. Because Crow Girl's there with her now. And they go, we got to let him go. So he gets up, and he was going to kill them before they captured him. Or he gets up and he walks away.
Oh.
And no killing of...
No, he doesn't kill them.
Wow.
Or even look at a guy. And he walks like he's walking offset. He just...
Grabs a coffee.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He could have grabbed a coffee. And that's like the main plot. The subplot for this episode is Alice, once again. And she's now finally found the memory eraser. And she's gone to the memory eraser. Be like, I need you to make me forget Kate. Because I'm really messed up, man. I'm really messed up.
Is Kate still in the dungeon?
We haven't seen Kate anywhere.
Kate's still the corpse in the dungeon.
Yeah, we just see Memory Kate, which is young Kate that Alice hangs out with whenever she's thinking. I don't know. So in this one, she's like, okay, in order for you to have Kate wiped from your mind, first you need to find her in your mind and forgive her.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. So she goes in there. She goes in that crazy little thing, and baby Kate's taking pictures in the car, and they're like, "Look at all these Polaroids," and she's like, "You're not real!" Pa! And she snaps with the Polaroid. She disappears.
Whoa!
But then Ocean is driving the car now, and he's like, "I'm here," and then Kate's in the car again, and she's like, "Fuck! I thought I just got rid of you."
Huh.
So her mind's really fucked up. But then guess what happens? You could take a million guesses. You'll never find out what happens.
She turns into a blimp.
No.
She forgives her.
No.
That is the real Kate.
Close.
Whoa!
Close. Because Ocean bursts into the room, kicks open the door, and he goes, "I'm going to kill you, Alice." And then Alice is like, Is this still in my mind? And then the therapist is like, nah, this is real. And he's like, I'm alive. And he says that.
Oh my
I'm alive.
This show is awesome.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And surprisingly, they end up being all cool with each other, and then they walk into a alleyway and make out.
Oh.
All right.
Huh.
That's pretty much the episode. Yeah, I know. You even like, what is that?
How many AI assisted Batmobiles?
One.
Oh.
Out of, yeah.
I guess in this case, it's 1 out of 1.
Wow, this is a good episode.
According to the facts, I guess so. You can't beat those statistics.
That's right.
Actually, there's 2. It's 2 out of 1.
Ooh, so it's in the episode's favor.
It's
Wow, this
200%,
episode's really
yeah.
good.
Oh,
Okay.
impressive.
Yeah.
Well, I believe that brings us to the end of our 2 out of 1 episode 192.
Whoa, there's the AI assisted wow.
Oh my
Can't
God.
control this woe anymore.
You gotta take the vocal cords back, Matt.
Oh, wow.
I'm Matt.
I'm Alex.
It's Tony.
And I'm Kyle. We are Pseudo Adults.